Oh, hi there. Transportation. So there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can get around in Taiwan. I'll kind of be going from least favorite to favorite. So the first thing that I'm going to start on is the buses. I hate the buses here. I hate the buses here. There's a type of bus here that my friend Julie has entitled a wild bus. What wild buses are is the drivers are not on a like hourly shift. They're based on how many rounds they make. So if they can fly through the rounds extremely quickly, they actually will get off earlier. Good for them, bad for us. Oh, I'm a bus. Look at me. I'm so safe. La di da di da. No. Seriously, I hate the buses. There has been so many times that I have been walking somewhere and I've almost gotten hit by a bus. It's so strange. They sneak up on you like a ninja. Which actually brings me to my next thing, walking. Actually, I'm not even sure why I mentioned walking. It's walking. Just try not to get hit by cars. Done. Next. Oh, taxis. These guys just kind of hang out in front of bus stations, train stations, and hound you. And I've heard from so many people that they often rip you off. I actually had an experience one time where the taxi driver actually took us to the wrong spot and then still overcharged us for taking us to the wrong spot, and we actually ended up having to walk about 15 minutes to actually get to exactly where we were going. Taxis. Moving on to trains. I like the trains. I like the way it feels. I like being able to look out the window and just see Taiwan pass me by. It's fantastic. There's actually two kinds of trains. There's one that has more seats, and usually they're assigned seats. And then there's one where everybody stands up. The one that everybody stands up can be kind of uncomfortable whenever there's a whole bunch of people on there. But for the most part, I really just like riding trains. And then there's the MRT. I love the MRT. And it's pretty much the same thing as the train, only it's a lot smoother and it is a lot faster. But it also has the same kind of tendency, like the train, to get extremely crowded where you feel very uncomfortable. But that's mostly on the way to the Taipei main station. And the only other problem about the MRT is the fact that they are only in Taipei and Kaohsiung, I believe. Don't quote me on that. So how do you pay for the MRT? How do you pay for the train? How do you pay for the buses? Well, depending on if you're in Taipei or not, then you could always use what is called a yo-yo card. I think that's what they call it. I call it an MRT card. And mine has Dragon Ball Z on it because I'm a nerd. They can be purchased at 7-Eleven, and then whenever you have them, you can actually use them to buy stuff at 7-Eleven and also use on transportation. The card doesn't work on the buses in Zhongli, but it works on the buses in Taipei. So yeah. And so what is my favorite mode of transportation? Scooters. And they are everywhere. There are scooters everywhere because the streets here are actually more narrow than in the US, so it's a better way to get around. And they are used for everything. You want to see something that I carried on the back of a scooter? Look at this box. I carried this on the back of a scooter. It was scary as all get out. And they are used every single day. It doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees outside or if it's 40 degrees outside and it's raining. So what do they do whenever it's raining? They just put on a poncho and go outside and ride in the rain. Now I know what you're wondering. Andy, do you have a poncho? Yes. Yes, I do. You know, it's kind of funny. I actually used to absolutely love how much it rains in Taiwan until I had to ride on the back of a scooter to get somewhere while it was raining. Because whenever water hits your face when you're riding on a scooter, going really fast, it stings a lot. So, that's all for this blog. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get out of this thing right now because it smells awful.